It took Gen Z protesters in Nepal less than 48 hours to topple the government in early September. We've spoken to the man who played a leading role in it.
We are not going to back down now. We will fight till the end.
Sudan Gurung is the head of an NGO and a former DJ who's quickly emerged as one of the most influential figures in Nepal.
If the people choose me, I'm definitely going to run for the Prime Minister as well. If they give me the responsibility.
The Gen Z protests happened after anger about corruption within the political elite boiled over. But peaceful protests were met with live gunfire from security forces. Violence escalated. More than 70 people were killed, including young protesters and people whose bodies were found in burned-out buildings. The Prime Minister, KP Sharma Ali, resigned, and the Gen Z movement ended up picking an interim Prime Minister, Sushila Karki. She's now meant to steer the country towards elections in March next year. Nepal now finds itself in a fragile phase, and millions of people are looking to Sudan Gurung to help shape the country's future.
I'm showing you the blood of the kids that were killed, and we have promised ourselves that we'll not wash it until we get justice and until we feel that our country has changed.
Sudan, it's been a big couple of weeks for you. How are you feeling about everything?
I'm feeling okay. I'm still trying to find myself.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, it's an emotional roller coaster that's going on inside me because a lot of things has happened. A lot of bloodshed. So many things. I want to see my country prosper rather than, seeing everything being burned. So yeah, I'm still trying to process what is going on. So yeah, it's taking some time for me to recover from the trauma, let's say.
You are actively, working behind the scenes, holding meetings with the Prime Minister, Karki, officials from the army. How are all those talks going?
It's a big responsibility that people have given me, the youths have given me. Let's say the whole entire nation has given me. So, every move I make, I need to think like 10 times because I just feel that if I make some mistake, someone is going to suffer. So it's going okay. It's not going that good. It's not going that bad because this is our first time building a country. We do not have this experience. We just have the love for our nation. So yeah, we are still learning and we are still trying to improve on how we need to take this forward and how we need to communicate with them. We are having different conversations regarding the movement, the injustice, the crimes that was committed by the government, the killings of my innocent brothers and sisters who are in school uniforms. So yes, we are trying to get the responsible people who are involved in this crime. We are trying to hold them accountable and we are trying to get justice, and at the same time, we need to prepare for the election.
What exactly are your political demands of the interim government right now?
We have a lot of demands, to be honest, because we have been through a lot of problems, and there are a lot of problems and agendas that needs to be addressed. It needs to come from the people. So we are collecting all the agenda from different people from different areas and different parts of our country. So currently we just have few agendas, but we still need to discuss with the people because since it's a people's government, we want to make sure that every voices of Nepalese people is addressed and it's heard from our government.
How are you organizing within the movement right now in order to come up with a cohesive message?
Yeah, it's a new experience. It's something we have never done before. So for now, we are just using Discord or social media platform. We are using influencers. We are trying to involve as many people as possible for the communication channel. First, we need to unite all the Gen Zs who protested all around the country. So we want to include as many people as possible, and for that we are currently working on unification of the Gen Zs. But we are trying to unite the entire country.
Discord has played a huge role in the events of the last few weeks. It was also used to select Sushila Karki as the interim prime minister. How and why did you decide to use Discord as a tool?
Yeah, because when we used to do protests, when we used to organize different protests before, the communication channel was weak, very weak. So keeping that in mind, we thought, okay, Discord could be something different, where we could unite all the people under a single place, where we could send information, we could give information about updates and the movement. We took an idea from the Hong Kong protests, where they used like Signal and Discord to change the location of the protest to confuse the security forces.
I want to put one criticism to you, which surrounds the vote for Karki as interim prime minister. Roughly 8,000 people, I understand, took part in that vote. Half of them chose Karki as their candidate. So if we do the math, that's effectively 0.01% of the population of Nepal. So some people might say that's not exactly representative or democratic. What's your response?
We did our best. That's what we, that's what we had. So I know many of the people are unsatisfied on this decision, but we cannot satisfy everyone at the same time, But just a background of our Prime Minister, she had been fighting against corruption since a long time, and she was impeached and removed from the Supreme Court. And keeping that in mind, we thought she could be the best candidate for the Prime Minister.
I want to talk about elections coming up in March. Are you going to run?
It's something we didn't choose, We just wanted a safer Nepal, and we just wanted a corruption-free Nepal. But after the protest, when we toppled the government, they have been attacking us in various different ways, They have been trying to tarnish my image. They have been trying to divide us. They have been doing putting a lot of effort to make sure that we fail. And they have dragged us into politics. If it's politics they want, that's what they'll get. So we will be running for the next election, because we are not going to back down now.
So just for clarity, Sudan, are you personally going to run for office?
Yes. It's a movement. I have to. I don't have any choice. I have to. Because I need to save my country. I think we need to run as a group, not as an individual, because if I just run as a independent candidate, we won't have this force of youths. Because we need to fight together, we are stronger.
But essentially, it sounds like you're setting up a party. You're in the first phases of setting up a party in order to take part in the elections, as per the Constitution.
And I'm sure we'll win. Yeah, and this will be a people's government. The next election, the Nepalese will win. The Nepalese people will win. It's going to be a people's government. I'm sure they are so confident that they'll win.
Do you want to be prime minister?
I want someone more responsible and more, more capable person to be the Prime Minister of Nepal. I won't say I'm the right person right now, because there are better people, better candidate than me. That's why we chose different ministers who were more qualified, who could handle problems, who could solve problems, and give constructive solutions. So I'm not sure. I won't say I will be the Prime Minister, but if the people choose me, I'm definitely going to run for the Prime Minister as well. If they give me the responsibility, if the people believe me and they say, okay, you can take the Prime Minister position, then I'll definitely take the responsibility. But it's not the position; it's the responsibility that is given by the people. So yeah, the people needs to choose.
Do you expect the old guard, the mainstream political parties, to take part in the elections?
we do not want them to take part in the next election, and we'll make sure that they don't take part in the next election, because we'll speed up the investigation process for the crimes they have committed, and someone who is being investigated for such crime cannot take part in the election. So we'll make sure that the investigation is done properly, on time, so that they won't participate, they won't even have this courage to participate in the next election.
What kind of investigations? You mean referring to the violence or?
The violence, the corruption they have done until now for all these years, for the bloodshed, for the killings, for every crime they have committed.
So you essentially want to see these parties banned?
Behind bars, in fact.
Right.
The main leaders.
So is this one of your main aims right now in this interim period?
Yes, this is going to build the confidence of the Nepalese people, because everyone is still scared that they might come back into power. So before that happens, we need to speed up the investigation process, and we need to. It's clearly everyone can clearly see that who are the criminals. They ordered the killings of these innocent children, so they have already committed crime, and I'm sure these people are going to go behind bars, so they won't be able to participate in the next election, and we'll make sure it happens.
Let's say one of the main parties ends up winning next March. If the people, the Nepali people, choose to put them back in power, would you accept that as a result, or do you think we might see more protests?
Yes, we will protest. Like I said, no Nepalese want them back. If you ask any true Nepalese, patriotic Nepalese, who wants to see their country prosper, they will say no to them. So we don't want them back. Even if they come back to power with all their political interests and political strategies, the people of Nepal is not going to tolerate it anymore. So we will protest again. We don't want to see them anywhere.
You're saying you're not going to accept people's votes?
No, it's not going to be people's vote, because these guys are, they can do anything. They can, they are like low-life thieves, maybe, right? I think that's the correct word to use them. They can go down to extreme limit where they'll try to win the power back again. So we would not accept it. Sometimes, we have been hearing things where they'll try to buy the votes, and they'll try to manipulate people, So it's they'll also try to influence the election. So even though they win, we'll not accept them. Not anymore.
Even if they change the faces of these political parties and bring in more young people, perhaps?
Maybe if they have this good intention, if they try to, realize their mistake, and if they come with an agenda where it proves that they have changed, we might even be able to accept them. But it needs to benefit the country, not the political parties, or not some person. It needs to benefit the people of Nepal. So if they come in with full reform and a new political ideology for a better Nepal, definitely we'll accept them, if that's what they're willing to do.
Are you willing to work with the pro-monarchist groups?
We do not have any intention of working with pro-monarch groups, but we want them to come to the table as people of Nepal, rather than carrying one flag. Our fight was to unite everyone under one flag, one single flag, because all the political flag were dividing all the Nepalese with different political ideology, which was destroying our country. And this is the reason why we fought. And they were dividing us for power. They were dividing us for for their vested interest. They were trying to brainwash us, but that is not going to happen anymore. So even if the pro-monarch wants our country to be better, then definitely we are going to work with different kind of people. from different political parties. But they have to come under one flag. I do not want to see, in fact, we do not want to see any political flag above our country's flag.
In this new Nepal that you're trying to build, how do you see relations with countries like India and China?
We cannot change our neighbors, so we have to work together with our neighbors. We are a sovereign country, so if that respect is given to us, we will definitely respect our neighbors, but there should not be any interference in our internal matters. We want our relationship to be better with our neighboring countries. I think the government has done a really bad job with this foreign policies. So we have a lot of tourists coming in from both the countries, from our neighbors. We want to make sure that they feel safe to come to our country, and the policies can be discussed, and it can be, we can make it better. So we need to have a meeting with them after we win this election.
We know that dozens of young protesters were killed, many of them very, very young. There were also people involved in the protests who committed violent acts. They assaulted politicians, set fire to government buildings. What do you have to say about the political violence?
We didn't choose violence. It was never our intention. The first bullet that was fired was from their side, from the government side, and it was targeted towards civilians who were just throwing stones. We didn't choose violence. We didn't choose this. They killed us. Our government, instead of protecting the future, they killed us just because we raised our voice against corruption. It was their choice. They chose violence. We didn't choose violence, and it was just a response, because they started killing they start killing children who no Nepalese can tolerate this pain, this killing, this brutal killing. They have suppressed us for a very, very long time, and I think it was just a response of the Nepalese people.
When you think about the months ahead, how likely do you think it is that there could be more political violence?
Yeah, maybe there could be more political violence because they have paid a lot of money to be in that power, and just within like 72 hours, just within 2 days, everything was gone. So I know they are very angry, and they have this revenge within themselves. So I'm sure they'll try to suppress us, but before that, we need to unite all the Nepalese together and make sure that they don't rise again, because I'm 100% sure they are not going to build a new Nepal. They cannot.
When you say they, do you mean the former government? Who are you talking about?
The former government, the politicians, the selfish politicians who sold my nation.
You've been posting a lot on social media about people following you recently. Do you fear for your personal safety, Sudan?
No, I'm not scared. Because it's not just me who's taking the responsibility of this movement. There are like many people like me. So just killing me won't do anything. They are trying to intimidate me, but I don't know why do they even have this confidence, and where does this confidence come from? They're dealing with one person who is like ready to do anything. Literally, I'm ready to die for my country, and I'm not bluffing. I'm not scared. I have been given this responsibility from my brothers and sisters, from the Nepalese people. And I'm like a hope for them. So I have no choice. I will fight. Even if there are like 20, 30 people, I am going to fight. I'm not going to back down. I need to save my nation, because it's now or never. We have no choice, and I have no choice.
We explain all sorts of geopolitical stories on our show Start Here. Watch our recent episode about this new wave of countries recognizing the state of Palestine. Here's a link to our playlist with all of our episodes. And also follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I post short explainers and updates about what we're working on.